Hi guys, how are you all today morning? Good morning. Today is 6th December 2022. My name is TSV Raghavan and I live in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, India. I am a published author with Amazon Kindle and paperback. I write on spiritualism, fiction, and assorted subjects. Spiritualism happens to be my favorite subject. This is my spiritual vlog on YouTube. Haribol trsv nectar nectar. In this particular vlog, in my previous videos, we have been discussing about the knowledge and information that we have gleaned through the study of spiritual books, scriptures, contemplation on the material universe, and meditation on the spiritual universe. This particular video is no exception to that rule. In fact, it is only a continuation of what we have been doing in my previous videos. In the past few videos, we have been discussing about a proverb in English: God gives you what you deserve and not what you covet. In that process, we have discussed about several case histories. From today, we shall discuss about another case history which is very important in vouching for the fact that the proverb God gives you what you deserve and what you covet is actually true. This is the story of one Henry Sherrier, who was born on November 16, 1906 in a province called Ardèche in France. This guy was a very young man when he joined the Paris underworld. His parents were both school teachers, but they could not correct this young man. This guy went to Paris and joined the Parisian underworld. At that time, in the late 1920s and early 30s, there was another guy in the Parisian underworld whose name was Roland Legrand. This man, Roland Legrand, went around telling everyone that a person called Papillon Roger was a police informer. One day, this man, Roland Legrand, one night was shot by some unknown miscreant. He was taken to the hospital where he, in his dying declaration, told the police that he had been shot by Papillon Roger. When Roland Legrand died of his gunshot injuries, this became a murder case. Our protagonist, Henri Charrier, was also nicknamed Papillon in the Paris underworld. The police thought that Papillon Roger was none other than our own protagonist Papillon, and he was given a life sentence and sent to the penal settlement of France at that time during colonial rule. This guy remained in the prison for 13 years when ultimately he was released and himself in that penal settlement. This guy ended up in Veracruz in Venezuela and he started his career as a businessman of sorts. Later on, after he was allowed to return to his home country, France, where he visited Paris. However, during this time, he wrote two autobiographies. One was called Papillon and the other was called Banco. Both books were raging hits in the international literary circle, and overnight this man became a very popular author, a very successful one with a lot of money that came to him as royalty when his two books sold some millions and millions of copies. After that, Papillon was made into a Hollywood movie, and this man helped the producers and the directors make this movie. However, in the year 1974, this convict turned very successful author as an international star died to the dismay of the public, which gave him almost a state funeral. It was ironical. A murderer and an underworld criminal who had become an author was given such a great funeral. However, after that, after his death in 1974, in the year 2001, one press reporter went around saying that just now he had met a 95 or 96-year-old man in an old men's home who claimed to be Papillon and who was telling all stories that were in the books written by our own protagonist Marie Chenier. Nobody could understand how this was because this old man probably never knew the existence of such books because he was seldom known to read books and he was almost illiterate. But whatever he said about those stories seemed quite genuine, and he probably had experienced several of those incidents that were mentioned by our own protagonist Henri Chenier in his book as his own experience. This press reporter began investigating and soon found the truth. Kindly let me know what you think of my talk on this subject. Please give me your own expert opinions, ideas, and thoughts so that we may blend everything together for the benefit of the society. Kindly subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so that I may remind you of my other videos. We shall continue the story of Henri Charrier alias Papillon in my next video. Till we meet in my next video, it is good morning from TSV Raghavan.